Hello, welcome back to bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and today I'm not even sure if this is determination or this is just like me being delusional at this point. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm really committed to learning how to go live and figuring out how to actually do these things because I noticed that going live was really easy as far as like the turnaround for content. Once I decided like I'm gonna go ahead and go live, it was much easier than me sitting and editing and having to figure out like how do I, export the video. Just being able to talk live, that was very helpful to me. So today I was like, let me just figure it out. So I sat down and I was like, let me go ahead and learn, how to even share the screen, just do the whole thing so that maybe when I do my reviews, especially when I'm on my couch and I ain't really trying to do a whole lot, that I can just hop on here and just be like, okay, like this is what it is. And so that's what we're doing today. So I ended up going ahead and figuring out the remaining video for Love is Blind. We're going to be talking about Hanni and the meetup that they all had. We're going to be talking about Alberta standing up. Okay. We're going to be talking about Hannah sitting down. We're going to be talking about all that. And I just wanted to do it on a live format so I can just learn how to actually operate these things. So if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. I am trying to learn this and I'm committed to getting this right.
Welcome
So,
back to Benny's Take. I'm your girl Benny and Child. Today I'm here to bring you yet another.
so I'm going to pause it over there and again say that this is the other part that I didn't get to do on my other live that I did because I was just struggling. The whole time I was struggling. So, I'm hoping that this is going to work the way I'm imagining it. So, we're going to go ahead and play this. Can I even do this full screen? Let me see. Wait, that's full screen. Comment down below and let me know. That's like full screen. It's giving full screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself and try to play this and I'm gonna just see what it's giving. Because baby, don't get me to saving some time.
Love is Blind Germany review. Ain't no spine left in Germany. At least not on this here show. Ain't no self-esteem. Esteem of the self. Ain't nobody got a self-esteem to carry them through this entire show. And I'm trying to figure out why y'all are on my screen. Okay? No span inside. Ain't no esteem of the self inside. But somehow y'all are on my screen trying to find love blindly. And so now at this point, everybody goes home. And we have like 2.5 couples left. At this point, we have Elias and Alina. We have Daniel and Hanni. And we also have Marcel and Jen. All the couples have just kind of like dissolved. Sheila and Pascal done broken up. Toga and freaking what's her name? Sheila done broken up. And so we just have 3 couples at this point, and they go home. And once they're home, you have what's her name? Jane just going through it, right? She meets Marcel's friends because he lives with his roommates or whatever the case is, and she's just talking about how hard it's been. And the roommates literally let her know he's either is in a happy mood or he's completely silent the whole time. That's just who he is. And she's like, dang, I've had to deal with that. So things with them are not going well at all. She's just alone. She's feeling lonely. On one of the scenes, she's talking about how, like, hey, we just don't communicate. We just don't talk. You're standing in front of me, but I feel so much alone. And I felt her on that. And then we end up having Hanni and Daniel. And for a second there, things felt like it kind of was going, but also no. Daniel can also be a little bit more passive aggressive. So instead of him to just say the things that he's saying, the things that he's feeling, he's almost like tootsie rolling and gyrating, hoping to not piss off, I'm guessing, the prettiest girl he's ever dated in his life. So he's just trying to tootsie roll and gyrate around his own emotions to not piss her off. And as a result, you end up with him being low-key passive-aggressive. He's not saying the things that he really needs to say. So you had a scene with them at the house where they were just kind of like talking, and then all of a sudden he just starts saying things almost as though he was upset. This is what happens when you people don't talk honestly and openly with each other. You can sense in your heart that that girl is not 100% with you. She's already told you she's not. She's told you she has feelings for another man, that she's also comfortable that the feelings that Elias feels for her is also mutual. They're not one-sided. She's already told you that. That's making you uncomfortable. But instead of you to just pack up your bags and leave, locate your spot and leave, now you're sitting over here tootsie rolling, gyrating and backflipping, suffocating this girl to make sure that you do not piss her off so that she can still choose you. Men can be pick-me-shus too. And Daniel is a pick-me-shus as all hell. Okay? All hell.
Garlic, of course. How typical.
You don't want garlic?
No. Why would I want garlic in my omelet? It's a big piece.
Let me just do it. You have something to say about everything. No one can say that being a house husband is easy.
It's kind of a love language because, like, I really love to be teased. And I love to tease him back. Okay, it's ready. When I tell Daniel what my opinion is, he always takes it really hard and gets annoyed right away.
This isn't a good way for us to communicate, honey. Sometimes things escalate. I think a lot of that is because of the whole situation. It's all new and there's a lot going on. We just have to try and find common ground.
What was that argument? That baby was talking about garlic in the omelet. You took it where it didn't need to go because you were still upset about things that happened in Greece. But you ain't trying to say that because pretty girl gonna go, honey gonna go and go with Elias. So you're gonna say, let me go ahead and stick up and keep the peace going. So then you talking about garlic and omelet, all of a sudden you getting mad because I may be talking about garlic and an omelet. But it's not about garlic or an omelet. And it's also not about love being blind in the situation. The situation is the fact that you know this girl is not fully committed to you. You weren't trying to face that as the truth. So now you're over here tootsie rolling, gyrating, and getting mad at garlic. Tell me why Medina and Sally, the church goers, end up on my screen. They meet for coffee, and I'm just kind of like, why are y'all back? Sally, why are you back?
Whether it was my appearance or if it was my energy, I really can't answer that. Hi.
Hello. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, same here. Are you good?
Yeah, and you?
Yeah. Well, I think we have things to discuss.
And immediately I was thinking like, okay, so did Netflix make y'all want to come back? Did they pay for you guys to come back? Like, what was the reason as to why the two of you guys were back on my screen? What was the reason? We just all survived the worst reveal that we've ever seen. And we was rejoicing and praising the Lord that joy had come in the morning, and the two of y'all were off our screen. Why are y'all back? Sally is strikingly beautiful. I'm talking about the skin, the smile. That girl is beautiful. Beautiful. Medina is a child of God. Okay? Created in his image. Why are y'all here? Why are y'all here together? There was never a spark. There was never a connection between the two of y'all. There was never.
It's about the first time we met. I think it'd be good to discuss that so I can explain how I felt and so you can tell me how you felt.
Yeah.
Because I think there was a misunderstanding and miscommunication.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope
Yeah.
that it was a misunderstanding.
He's not a bad-looking man at all. I don't think that at all. But there's just something about him that's just not, it's just not giving. Sally, you feel it. You feel it. You felt it the time y'all met. You feel it. So why are y'all back on my screen? What did we misunderstand? Really, what did we misunderstand?
In the pods, you were quite loud and rarely lost for words, so I couldn't make sense of it. And then the way you kept laughing the whole time. So I wondered, okay, not if you were laughing at me, but
Everyone who knows me and who saw that situation would have seen that I was really nervous, but also crazy happy.
yeah.
So I grin like a little kid when I'm excited. I was really happy, and I also noticed that you were a little, not that you were insecure, but you were kind of, I don't know. I also pictured it going differently.
I wanted to get out of the situation as quickly as possible because I found it so awkward, Medina. So
You were nervous, but people that know you will say that you were happy. That's why you were just like grinning. Cool. But what was the part where you were saying like you noticed that she may have sort of kind of been maybe kind of insecure? What was that? You noticed that she was insecure? Medina, you noticed that she was insecure?
So then you have him essentially try to gaslight her. And I cover all this in the other live that I went through. So I'm just gonna now play all of this part again. Check out the other live. Again, I'm trying to learn how these things work. I'm trying to learn. So please show me grace. Thank you to everybody in here. Comment down below. Let me know how the sound is working. But we covered the whole Medina and Sally. Check out the live that I did earlier on. And the underlying issue to me is like Medina Medina really is looking for a second mother. That's just what it's giving to me. But let's go ahead and talk about Hanni a little bit. I'm gonna try to skip a little bit of the two of them and talk about Hanni.
I asked you whether you're willing to move to Hamburg. So I have a question for you that I
Yeah.
really wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Could you see yourself moving to Hamburg?
Um, I think I would be open to moving to Hamburg. Yes, I'd be open.
At some point, I'd like to live close to my mother and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what about if I want to live close to Mama?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you
Hold
said.
on, hold on.
Right.
Languages, my love language is
Let's
physical.
see, let's see.
Yeah.
And especially in the times when we're
What
kind of
about
like
if I
trouble.
want to live close to Mama?
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what you said.
Hold on, hold on. Let's see, let's see. Okay, are
But
we
I got
here now?
money, my mama that's on the third floor, and my brother that lives on the second floor with 2.5 of his kid and his wife. I should have asked for you to come and live with me instead. And so Alberta stands up.
That's why you liked her better.
This emotional connection with both of you, and
But in the
now
pods, I asked you.
So you had kind of like everybody, and the tensions was high, right? And so at this party, for the first time ever, I saw somebody who decided to go ahead and stand up, and I do have to give all the claps to our good sis Alberta. Sis, you stood up. You stood up, and I love to see it. I was so proud of you. Very proud. Okay? You located your spine and you stood up. 10 toes down, and I was here for it. I was here for it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for standing up for the very first time during this entire season of Love is Blind Germany. Alberta is the one and only who stood up, and I loved it. So they get there, and you have, Shella who came, and Shella notices Fabio, and she kind of had like a little bit of a grin to her face. And then Fabio was like, oh, she cool. But as soon as he sees Alberta, he was like, dang, dang. And then he pulls Alberta to the side, and this man is stammering, talking about, I'm sorry, I made the wrong choice. I should have kind of maybe asked for you to come ahead and join the refugee camp that I got with me, my mama that's on the 3rd floor, and my brother that lives on the 2nd floor with 2.5 of his kids and his wife. I should have asked for you to come and live with me instead. And so Alberta stands up like the queen that she is, and I was here for it, okay? Let's take a listen at the only part of this whole show. Let's take a listen at the only part of this whole show that brought me so much enjoyment I cannot explain.
So I'll spit it out. I regret my decision back then.
Okay.
I think I'm starting to fall in love.
With her.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I later realized that you were actually the right one for me. Since I left, you're all I've thought about, you know?
I'm glad that you came to talk to me.
You know, I had just built up this emotional connection with both of you, and
But in the pod,
now,
I asked you
yeah.
whether you thought that you and I could ever get to the point that you and Shella were at. And you said no.
Yeah, because
Now you're saying that you had feelings for the both of us?
Yeah, because in that moment, I made the wrong choice. Because now I want you.
Sure, because you have no other option.
No. So in the end...
I don't know what I mean, I'm not a fallback option. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was good to talk to you, Fabio.
What?
Yes! She stood up! That's right. That's right, Alberta. You stood up. Stand. As you guys can tell, as I was watching that, I clapped. I said, yes, Alberta, you stood up. You located your spine and you aligned it. Well, I have feelings for both of you. No, you saw some titties. Okay? You saw some titties. That's it, that's all. And Alberta said, I'm going to go ahead and go home, finish my double-space essay, and submit it by midnight. And I'm going to find me somebody that's going to choose me and not treat me like a second option. And I say, yes, praise God. So rightfully so, I'm thinking, dang, when Hannah going to come, she going to do the same thing because Toga was out of pocket. Tell me why this baby, not only did she come and sit down, this baby laid. I'm talking about laid down, just laid down. Her body laid her down. She just laid down. Nothing and a half. Peak Misha. Esteem or self, nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
It feels so surreal to be sitting here with you. I had a totally different...
Honestly, I was really worried about seeing you. I was really looking forward to it because I wanted to see you, what you're like. But I was really worried. I think that if you chose the other person, then it's because I wasn't a good match for you.
No, that's just not true. She just showed more interest in me, which...
Yeah, so it was all about your ego? I'm being honest. Look, and you're laughing. That means, look, you're smiling. That means I'm right. Oh my God. She had a bigger crush on you, and that's why you liked her better.
I feel so bad. I'm so ashamed.
I never imagined you'd be this shy.
No, I'm not shy.
Sure, but no, you can tell that.
But I don't like talking about my feelings and that masculinity and all that.
Masculinity and all that.
Yeah, but I have to say, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, good.
You do not have the masculinity. You are childish and you're looking for somebody that's going to come over here and reprimand you as their mother. Okay? And Hannah over here ain't got no spine or esteem of herself. I think I just anything. I just and stand up.
My ego's already there.
Come on, you can see how I'm looking at you. Isn't that enough?
Yes, it is enough.
Right.
It is enough. To us.
Cheers.
I'd like to get to know you if you'd like that.
Yeah.
She sat down.
My sister laid down. She laid on. I'm talking about she laid down. She had a blanket on. She was covered. As you can tell, my sister and I were watching this together. We're like, girl, she sat down. She sat down. I'm talking about she got herself a blanket. Like, I'ma just, no. Hannah, Hannah, come on. Come on. You gonna let this man treat you like bottom pot? This baby literally used gel to go ahead and gel his hair back. And this is who you gonna let treat you like bottom pot? My sister. Ah. Anna. Anna. So now we have Alina who ain't got no esteem of herself, and she's talking to all the girls, including Hanni. And then the girls are like, oh, you glowing, you glowing. I'm like, glow? Glow? Y'all are seeing glow? Okay. So now they're talking about the glowing and the glowing, and so they're prying, obviously. So this is how the conversation goes.
You're glowing. Tell us everything.
So, you could say that I'm a little in love.
Have you said the L word yet? Which one?
He said, I like you.
Oh, that's what I say to my mother.
Hanni gonna ask, have y'all said the L word? She gonna say, ooh, he said, I like you. Hanni, thank you for saying that, because I like cookies. I like my bed. I like my water bottle. He said, I like you. And that's what got you giddy.
That's what he always says. So I said, yeah, I like you too.
Excellent. That's great. That's great. I'm really happy for you.
Thanks.
Things seem to be going well. I'm like, huh?
Things seem to be going well. Alina says he liked me and I like him too. Perhaps this is editing or whatever, but then we see her go ahead and find Elias and now they're talking.
How are you?
I'm a little nervous.
There's no need to be.
No.
This feels kind of weird. Something about Hanni still appeals to him.
When I talk to Jen or other girls, it's really nice, but I know it's as friends, right? And it's just not like that with you. What about you?
Like I said, I'm really happy with Daniel. I made the right choice.
Yeah, so...
It's not like I mean to sound like the jealous fiance,
But it has nothing to do with jealousy. It's actually an issue.
yeah.
And it's been an issue for a while now.
We can't be friends, Elias. Let's just drop it. And I think that you should focus on Alina.
I also find it difficult to just put on a brave face the whole time.
Of course.
Because, well, I'm not okay with it. Especially
You don't
when-
have to be strong all the time, especially when your feelings are being trampled on.
To your engagement and my engagement.
I definitely won't say yes at the altar if I feel like the door is still open.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do. Whether I should just say, Elias,
you need to be clear.
if that's how things are, I'm done.
Who is asking you to put on a brave face? Why you gotta be brave? Somebody is disrespecting you. Why you gotta be brave and pretend to be buddy friends with the woman that he's disrespecting you with? Why? And I'm not buying Hanni cutting things off. And even if that was the case, there was just a smirk on her face as though she got the satisfaction of being like, yeah, you was begging, and I get to shut it down. That's what it was giving. Is it connected to her feeling some type of way that maybe he said to Alina that he likes her? Because she's the one that asked, have you guys said the L word yet? Alina said, oh no, we've only said we like each other. And then she's the one that commented like, oh, that's what I said to my mother. Is that why you then say, oh, I'm happy with Daniel, I'm going to focus on Daniel? Is that what that was? Hanni, you're giving Undercover mean girl. But you said just enough. You said just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. But Loki is just like, it's now. Have y'all said the L word yet? No, but he said he's like me. Oh, that's what I said to my mother. Even if that's not a big deal to you, right? Even if it would have been better for him to say he loves her or whatever, the way I'm sure Daniel has said to you, I'm sure that would have been the better thing. I agree with you on that. But if this is a girl that's going around talking about, oh, she misses you, this, that, and the third, why would you, in that moment, as she's so excited to let everybody know that she's in love and that this man that she's in love with has told her that he likes her too, why would you want to be the person bursting that bubble and say, oh, that's just something I'll say to my mother?
So with the sounds, I'm kind of trying to figure out like what's going on with that. I'm yet to figure that out. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know if this is a live thing. It's also on the highest it could be for me. So I don't know. Are you able to hear at all? Just like let me know because I'm like I said in the beginning, I'm really trying to learn how this works, but yeah. For real, the microphone is playing in my face. The microphone is playing in my face and it's so big for no reason. I feel like I might need a new mic or I just need to figure out, how to use the one that I have. But the girlies online are saying that's the best one. So if it's the best one, do your best job. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. So bear with me. I'm going to try to play the video again. Let me know how that's sounding for you guys. And we have very little left of this video anyway. So just like let me know. I'm just trying to, figure out like the setups. I did all the settings that they said. Like I watched my videos, y'all. I was on YouTube University all day today, just trying to figure it out. And it's just like, I don't know. Let me play it again. Just like let me know if the sound is somewhat better. I'm gonna try to increase it. Like I don't know if you guys can see, like it's as high as it can go. And I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Is it the computer volume? Everything is high. Everything is high. Okay? High. Like the most I got, everything is high right now. I'm not sure what's going on. They're saying it's just the video that sounds low. Lord have mercy. Let's see.
Why? Why was that necessary for you to say? And then you really backing on something like, oh, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. And that's when you go and tell this man, oh, we cannot be friends. I'm very happy with Daniel. Were you upset that this man that was drooling over you, that was giving you ambiguous answers, finally told this pick me of a girl that's Alina that he likes her? Is that what influenced your answer to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna see with Daniel. Is that what it was? Because you said the feelings were mutual, that you felt something for him too. That's what you told Daniel. Back in Greece, that's what you said. Did it make you upset that somebody that was drooling over you went and told this woman that he liked her? The woman that he's engaged to. The woman that you're going to go, give me your hands. Let's just hold each other. We're just together. Comment down below. Maybe I'm reaching. Because one thing about me, I'm 5'2" on a good day, but I be reaching. Perhaps I'm reaching. But something about Hanni just keeps feeling off to me. It's giving undercover mean girl. It's giving I want my cake and eat it too. It's giving I get pleasure out of being the center of everybody's attention. And I would do anything to remain the center of everybody's attention, whether they're drooling for me, whether they're, waiting hand and foot for me. I'm just going to be the girl that's like doing this. There's a difference between doing that and just being a confident girl who knows her body. Comment down below. She was in fact not done because we get home and this baby lies again. And she was sitting there talking about the perseverance that persevered through the persevering of the persevered.
About me talking to Hanni?
Yeah.
Yeah. She asked if we could talk. And then it was the same old thing. Yes, I like you, and yes, I like you too. And today I asked her a number of times, how do you feel?
I don't think you fully realize.
I don't think you fully realize what he just said. I pulled her to the side to talk to her. And it was the same thing. I like you. And I like you too. Granted, it was a lie. That's not what Hanni said. But he just said to you right then and there, I told her I like her. The same thing that you were going around bragging to other people that I think I'm in love. He told me he likes me. He told it to her. And you are still sitting there just.
How do you feel?
I don't think you fully realize what's at stake here.
What's at stake? Evidently nothing. Nothing is at stake. Your self-respect not at stake. Your dignity not at stake. You know why? Because he been tootsie rolling and playing with it all this time. But you sat and put on a brave face and be positive.
We're engaged. We're together. You guys are talking, and I don't really know.
Ask a clear question and you'll get a clear answer.
Ask a clear question and you get a clear answer. Hey, Alina. This man is disrespectful. And he knows he can because you're going to sit there and be very amicable and harmonious, the way he described it in the last time. Talking to you is always going to feel harmonious, regardless of what he does or says. He could disrespect you. He could give you nothing and a half. He's never done anything for her. No gifts, no nothing, no planning of dates, nothing. Alina. Alina.
What are your feelings?
She proceeds to ask a clear question. Hey, Alina.
Not love. Nothing like that. Curiosity. That's the word for it.
Okay, then I need to get clear on whether I want this. Because we're engaged and we made a commitment to one another. But this whole time, there's this other woman. Normally, if we weren't in the experiment, I would have left a long time ago.
What happened to your legs, though?
I don't think anyone deserves this, and I would never do this.
Who's holding you? You need to get clear on what's going on. Okay, who is holding you? Where are the chains? Because we could break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. Break every chain. Where are the chains that's holding you that you cannot leave this experiment? Pascal has left. Shella has left. Toga has left. Sheila has left. All of these are people who have left when it wasn't working. Why are you on my screen? Alina.
Everyone deserves someone who wants them 100%, and also makes them feel that they're 100% sure.
You say everyone deserves that. You are everyone, and you are part of the everyone that deserves that. He's not giving you that. What happened to your legs that you cannot? And go ahead and get the hell up out of there. What happened to your legs? You will lose both Hanni and me. Why hasn't he lost you in the present? Because, okay, the past is the past. But currently, why hasn't he lost you? Why are you still there? Bow your head. Father God, you need to go ahead and surgically place a brain in her head. A functioning one. Because the one that's there currently, it's functioning, but it has a lot of twitches. She's saying the things, but somehow the parts of her brain that's connected to the actions is not working. You know what I'm saying? So I need for you to go ahead and connect. Connect the two, Father God. Jenga. Build it up. You know? It is just Alina. So now we get to the part where she's trying on her wedding dress, and I'm just kind of like, girl, I'm not going to condone why Elias is still trying to choose and trying to rub up on Hanni, but my God. One thing about Alina, she gonna pick an outfit that makes her look 111 years old every single time. One thing about Alina, she's shopping in the late Queen Elizabeth's closet right now. What is this dress? And then the friend she done brought to this thing gonna say, oh my gosh, I knew the minute you worried that that was the one. Hey, she gonna say it fits like a glove. My sister, you could be blind in love, but at least look right. If I'm Elias, I'm saying no to this immediately. What is this dress? It don't flatter your body at all. Way too much fabric. Way too much fabric. What is going on? So then you have Hanni and Daniel, and their relationship at this point, I was just over it. It wasn't giving nothing and a half. She was just upset the whole time, and everything Daniel was doing was pissing her off. Now she wanted space. She wanted space. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if, her choosing Daniel was giving her so much anxiety. There's nothing that Daniel has actually said that is too of a red flag for her to be behaving the way that she's been behaving. Comment down below and let me know. There was one scene where she was opening up about her parents, how they had gone through this divorce, and that made her feel as though relationships are not real, this, that, and the third. For me, I thought maybe in that moment, like, dang, do you be self-sabotaging? Because remember in the past, she chose Daniel way, way long ago. She let go of Elias a good while ago. She was like, I'm finna focus on Daniel. And in person, Daniel has been nothing but good to you. So this whole mess that you involved yourself with, Elias, is that a way to self-sabotage because you are so afraid of commitment? But instead of just leaning into that, you gonna find a way to create a mess so that these other people can maybe leave, and then you could use that as an excuse? Is that what it was? To me, that's how I interpreted it. In that moment, I wish Daniel behaved a little bit differently. Because in that moment, he took it personally, like, okay, like what, like he kind of took it. I understand his feelings for her, but he took it and he personalized it to himself. Which brings me to my other point. Daniel, there's some things that you have that's not resolved, and you haven't been speaking about it honestly because you're afraid to lose her. And so in certain moments, you just do too much.
Okay. I think my parents really tried their best. But of course, it's sad when the people you love the most decide to split up and go their separate ways. I learned from them that life always works out differently than you expect. There's no forever promise or guarantee that everything will last. It definitely takes me a while to fully trust someone. I'm just not the type to trust easily.
For me, I can't not trust you. I can't enter into a marriage without having complete trust in you. That's just not an option.
I understand his feelings because, again, he hasn't been expressing himself a lot. He's been tootsie rolling and backsliding to just make sure he doesn't piss off this pretty girl that he's probably never had in his entire life. So he wants to do everything that he can so he could just get her to go ahead and marry him, right? Which is not healthy. It really isn't. Because then you have him being passive aggressive. Then you have him internalizing things that has nothing to do with him. If you listen to what she's saying, this is her trauma speaking. This is her trauma speaking. And now, honey, I'm not giving you a pass altogether because, again, why go on Love is Blind? Which lets me know you came on Love is Blind for vibes, to increase your Instagram count, not to actually find love and find a marriage. Because after this, she ends up leaving because she's going to say, oh, she needs some space. She's going to sleep at a hotel, for 2 days or so and then come back. He allowed for her to do so because, again, he not going to be the one to be like, oh, you can't, that will be tyrant. But also, locate your spine, locate your sense of self, and realize that this is not okay. Because if you marry somebody who's willing to leave at any given time, she's willing to leave, that's not going to make you feel safe or secure either. And I'm not saying people cannot need their personal space. The day that she decided to leave, this man was like, okay, I'm going to go be with my friend. He went out the whole day. You had the whole day to yourself. You can't even be in the same house as him. You need to go ahead and rent an hotel. So every time things get uncomfortable, you're going to leave. Just like your father did to your mother, you're going to leave. Then you're not paying attention to what she's saying, though. Because you don't want to lose her, so you will do anything. You will not ask the questions. You will not ask the follow-up questions. You will not have real conversations because you just want a pretty girl next to you.
But just to clarify, you would get married? Even without having full trust of me?
I'll say one thing because you're making such a big deal out of this. I think I'm just someone who needs more time.
Then we have Jen and Marcel, and they finally end things because Jen is like, nah, I'm not finna do all this, and this is how it went. I really fell for her. And Marcel, I get it, you a silent guy, but in relationships, you got to give sometimes. If you want to be left alone and silent, don't go date nobody else after this. Leave the people alone. And if you're going to date somebody else, find you somebody that's mute. That's it. Find you somebody that's mute like you, or quite literally mute. That way you could get all the silence you want and you could talk whenever you want, because leave the rest of the people alone. Please.
Oh, you know that feeling unsure. It's been an issue for me throughout this whole thing. That I didn't know under what type of pretext I should introduce you to my mother, you know?
Before this girl literally had a meltdown, like almost like a panic attack while she was trying on the dress because none of the dresses were fitting right. And the mom, OG, the mom supported her, was like, it's okay, it's okay. She did not introduce him to the parents. She didn't do none of that because it's like, yeah, no.
It's not like the time we spend together is good for us, quite the opposite. I'm not good for you right now, and you're not good for me right now either. We're completely stuck. You can't tell me you don't feel that everything's great.
Yeah, but I strongly hope, I just really want for things to still work out between us. I think we still have time, and we can still turn things around with us.
What I'm saying is we don't communicate. I mean, I feel like you don't communicate with me. For me, being in that apartment is unbearable because of the atmosphere.
Well, I'm trying.
How?
Different ways.
But you don't talk to me there.
Come on, that's not true.
It is. I'm here for us to get to know each other better.
He gonna say he trying. She gonna ask how. And I'm like, how? Marcel, show me how you tried.
And you tell me to come up with things to talk about. Why should I always be the one?
No, not all the time. I bring up things too. When we were lying in bed a couple of days ago, and I asked you a bunch of stuff about your life.
But that's not regular, everyday conversation.
It is regular conversation. Why isn't it?
2 days ago, I asked you a couple questions about your childhood. Ain't that enough, Jen? How much talking you want up out of me? Marcel.
We could have regular conversations in everyday life, but they don't happen.
What do you mean? How did your day go? What should we make for dinner? That kind of thing?
She leaves, as she should have. And as she's leaving, why Netflix gonna do what they always do? Like, they gonna play the song describing exactly what happened. So Jen broke up with Marcel because Marcel don't talk silent night. The heart is broken. It's just oh my God, it'd be terrible. It'd be terrible. The song selection be terrible. And so the other couples, we have Medina and Sally still on my screen. And so Sally again found an activity for them to do. it was this like eye contact where they had to just like look at each other for like a couple minutes and see what comes up for them. The both of them cry. I'm talking about Jesus wept, Medina and Sally wept. They got really emotional. It was a really beautiful thing. Certain things that came up for them and whatever. And I was just like, see, you were doing everything. You were leading everything. This man is giving you nothing and a half. And she even says to herself, the dynamic still kind of feels like very roommatey and very sibling like. So why y'all here? I don't know. The preview said they're still gonna go to the altar. Then you had Hanni who finally came back home, gonna talk about I feel better now, I feel recharged. You're not saying I like that, Daniel was able to support me through this. I'm like, he didn't support you, and he didn't support you because you left. We were able to work these things together. No, you didn't work it together. You worked on it by yourself by leaving. Space is one thing, abandonment issues is another. Okay? You need to work through that. You need to work through that. And so we had Alina and Elias who are still together. They done met the family. They met her family online via Zoom. She done met his family. She's willing to move for him. She gonna go anywhere. And this man is literally commenting on something like, damn, I've been messing up so much. I'm ready for you to mess up too, so I could feel good about myself. And she's still sitting there like, girl, stand up. Okay, stand up. It's just, I'm done talking about this. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. I'm going to have this ready for Monday. And the next episodes, the weddings, it drops, I believe, the following Monday. I'm going to wait to do the weddings and the reunion together because I'm not going to keep coming and talking about these same people because nothing has changed. Nothing will change. They're still going to give nothing and a half the whole time, okay? So this going to air on Monday. Please watch it, subscribe, comment, do the things. And, yeah, get my merch. And I hope you guys enjoyed, seeing the videos at the bottom. Give me any feedback that you guys have in the comments. I really want to incorporate, what you guys want to see a little bit more. And I'm going to go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Bye, Z.
And so that's it. That's it on me. Thank you so much for joining again. I'm learning the sound, I'm learning all the things. But thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Thank you. Please subscribe, do the things.